Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? As for me, I'm doing just fine. Do you know what time it is? It's learning time with me, Grandpa Jai. Today we're learning about saying I love you. Do you know what saying I love you means? Well, saying I love you is important to understand. When we say I love you to someone, that means that we care about them very, very much. You've probably heard mom say I love you, or dad say I love you, or grandma or grandpa, or an uncle or aunt. Saying that to those people is very important so that they know that we always care. But did you know that you can say you love somebody if you really care for a friend? You could say you love your dog, or your cat, or your fish. Saying I love you is an expression that means something bigger than the words that are said. Today, we're going to read a story with an example of people saying I love you. This book's called Guess How Much I Love You.
Guess How Much I Love You, written by Sam McBratney, illustrated by Anita Jaram. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. "Guess how much I love you," he said. "Oh, I don't think I could guess that," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "This much," said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching his arms out as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. "But I love you this much," he said. That is a lot," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That is very high," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I had arms like that." Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. "I love you all the way up to my toes," he said. "And I love you all the way up to your toes," said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. "I love you as high as I can hop," laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. "But I love you as high as I can hop," smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. "That's good hopping," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I could hop like that." "I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river," cried Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you across the river and over the hills," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That's very far," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think any more. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes, out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. "I love you right up to the moon," he said, and closed his eyes. "Oh, that's far," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That is very, very far." Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, "I love you right to the moon and back." The end.
Did you see how Little Nut Brown Hare and Big Nut Brown Hare would tell each other that they love each other? That made them feel very good. Sometimes it can be hard to say I love you. to somebody that we care about, even though we care very much about them, sometimes it's just hard to get the words out. But we have to try. You know why? Because it'll make them feel better. Sometimes it's hard to say I love you, but we have to try our best. Sometimes we just don't really do good. We can care about somebody a lot, but maybe we feel embarrassed, or maybe we just have a hard time telling people how we feel about them. Sometimes we don't do good at saying I love you, but that's okay because we're learning, right? If we don't do good, we just have to say sorry to ourselves. Sometimes we make mistakes and try better next time. Always remember, our best is our best, and just forget the rest. And don't worry about it, you get it with practice. Well, that's all the time we have today. I hope next time you think of the words I love you, think of Big Nut Brown Hair and Little Nut Brown Hair and how they told each other and they made each other feel good. Don't forget to come see me tomorrow and we'll learn something new. Bye.